Cover your ears, darling.
Would ye?
I take it you've got Sky.
I've got Sky, but I didn't have it as a child, though.
Did you not? Was that a hardship? Was that enormously...
We were too poor to have Sky.
Oh, we had cable.
We had cable for a bit, but we got rid of it. It was too expensive.
This is sounding like a Monty Python. Cable. I wish I had cable growing up. We just had yogurt pots.
I wish you
yogurt pots.
5 channels. Oh, you're lucky. My TV could only pick up 3 channels.
To be fair, I don't think anyone north of Glasgow got more than 3 channels.
That's very true.
2001.
My Channel 5, until we got digital TV only about 15 years ago, our Channel 5 was still snowy.
I think there are people in the Highlands who are just getting those first images of the Spice Girls from 1997 about now.
I'm thinking there are these people at the north of the Highlands that are just thinking, oh, what's this new soap opera, Family Affairs? Wow.
We had EastEnders last week.
Oh, what's going on at Brookside Close?
Where are you from, the Isle of Lewis?
Well, one of these places with the pubs closed for half day.
On the Sabbath.
Anyway, everybody, welcome to the 4th of July, night of the Erection Special! It's the night, we've all been talking about it. Is it going to be Starmer? Is it going to be Dishy Rishi? Is it going to be me? It was me.
I don't think it was. I mean, you've got Sky, it can't be you.
I've got Sky now.
Yeah. I still think, what a load of cobblers. He sat there.
Oh.
And it's like, we've had hardship. So to cast our minds back a couple of weeks, no Dishy Rishi. It used to be Fishy Rishi, now it's no Dishy Rishi. He buggered off early from Normandy. And he's like, my calendar was planned weeks ago. Mate, you're literally the guy who gets to call the election.
Can I just say, my calendar was planned weeks ago. Well, it's been the 80th anniversary of the D-Day landings for a lot longer than your bloody diary existed for.
This is exactly the point I'm making.
He does my head in.
When he reeled that crap out, it's like you had the power to not have the election so close to the D-Day landings.
That's your own fault, you silly twat.
But then he stands there. When he did the Sky interview, I mean, I don't want to make fun of the guy.
Yeah,
but I'm going to make fun of the guy. He stood there like a bloody robot with his hands by his side going, please, sir, can I have some Sky?
Do you want to know, a wet carrot has more personality than that man.
I mean, to be fair, we all thought it was really funny when that lettuce outlived Liz Truss.
I forgot about the lettuce.
Oh, I had as well. And then you get all the memes of, Rishi. It's like, you there, boy. Is the Sky installed in the street yet? He just has the charisma of a wet blanket.
Oh, do you want to know? I'm sure I saw the picture of it there the other day. Outside Sunak's pharmacy. And what's there? A Sky dish. He's a lying sack of shit.
Has anyone told you should maybe have an opinion about politics every now and again? But no, I think it's so true. It's like, if you're going to take the country for fools, at least, have the common sense to try and pretend
to be a human being.
Well, just try in general. I mean,
any man that has more money than the king is not going to be in touch with somebody who's struggling to pay their electricity bills.
But remember,
that's just a fact.
Famously, I grew up without Sky. Well, so did 90% of the population.
I didn't get Sky till I was working.
There was one kid in my class in primary school, and her parents, they lived just behind us, so tenement blocks in Aberdeen. And they had Sky in about 1992, and we all looked up to them and went, wow, how posh are you?
Yeah, you've got Sky.
And there's a guy who had, 16 bedrooms, a lawn the size of Switzerland. He had 5 swimming pools, 14 horses.
But he didn't have Sky.
He didn't have Sky, so, that's...
Do you want to know why he didn't have Sky?
Because he's a prick.
Well, no, not only that, he couldn't decide which room to put his telly in. So that's the only reason he didn't have Sky. I've forgotten which room I put my telly in. That's a bit stupid.
I don't get it. Anyway, here we are.
Yeah.
It's Erection Day.
It's Erection Night Special. I'll never ever get old. I'm going to do it again one more time. It's Erection Night Special.
It's always one or the other.
I'll do it one more time just before we go.
Okay.
Aye, as the episode goes, so get your finger ready over your little magic button there, because I'm just going to randomly go, it's Erection Night Special!
And that's the only context in which we can play the noises.
Would ye?
By the way, remember, if you are listening to this on election day, you have to have ID now, because apparently you can only vote if you promise Scouts Honour or National Trust Honour to vote Tory.
That's a shame. It just means there's going to be less Tory voters because they've not got ID on them.
Oh,
that's a shame.
Do you remember when the American elections were happening and everyone tried to convince Trump supporters it was like the following week? Like, social media was nuts. I can't remember the date of the election in America. It's usually like, November or something? It's like, don't forget, if you're voting Trump, to go out and support him on the 3rd of November. Knowing damn fine the election had already happened like 2 days before.
They did go out and support him a couple of weeks after, and that's when they rioted in Capitol Hill.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't vote, they just torched the place.
Yeah, it's like the stuff out of a bad film. But
yeah, it's like
anyway.
I'm just waiting on Batman and Bane fighting in the Capitol Hill stairs.
That glorious day shall come.
Yes, that'll be good. Anyway.
Right, let's do our first Erection Night special, would you?
So, here's the Erection Night special! Would you fill your car up at the petrol station, then pee in the tank? If someone asks why, you say, I drive better pissed. For £63.12.
Right, so hang on a second. I don't have petrol. I've got diesel. I've got a caddy.
Well, whatever it is, it's a petrol station. It's just a station, right? So if you fill your car up with diesel, and once you've filled it up, take your wanger out and piss in the tank. And tell the next person at the next pump, you drive better pissed.
I have a lot of problems.
You'd be £63.12 better off.
For that 10 minutes before you get nicked. Public exposure.
You're not exposing yourself. You've got to take it out to put it in the nozzle, so nobody's looking at your wang. You just get your dick in the car.
Problem is, that nozzle, that wee funnel was too small.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose if you just put some KY jelly on your wanger and just dip it in as far as you can.
I have a lot of issues with this widget. I mean, contamination of the fuel system.
Well, actually, wait.
I think this is a short answer. I don't think I would.
You don't think you would?
No.
Well, do you want to know? I would. You know why?
Why?
That £63.12 pays for my tank of fuel.
I was going to say there, again, going back to Erection Night Special.
Erection Night Special!
While you're sitting pissing in your fuel tank, poor no Dishy Rishi is inside the petrol station trying to pay for petrol with a can of Coke or a bunch of strawberries.
Oh, he's trying to pay for his petrol with a breakfast wrap at McDonald's.
Well, remember, there was that thing.
That's right.
He borrowed somebody's car during lockdown or something. Remember? I think
I don't remember this one.
He was putting down the price of petrol or something. There was some reason for no Dishy Rishi to be at the petrol station.
Funnily enough, he needed to buy some petrol.
Well, no, he doesn't, because, even back then he probably didn't drive himself about. He had his manservant.
Oh, of course,
Alfred drives him about.
Hello, Master Sunak.
So he's getting driven about, right? He borrows somebody's car at the petrol station because it was like a beat up VW Polo or something. Mm-hmm. I'm not having a go at them. Genuinely, like they got the first car that was filling up and went, "Excuse me, do you mind the Chancellor?" Because he was only Chancellor back then. Would like to, do some stuff for the telly. And they're like, yeah, sure, here's the car, no worries. It was probably a staff member. If it's anything like his public appearances, when these people come out of the woodwork to ask him very nice questions, it was probably somebody in his campaign team's car, right?
Probably. He
fills it up, he doesn't put anything else in the
is
tank.
this when he didn't know how to work the petrol pump?
Well, he not only did he not know how to work the petrol pump, that's pretty unforgivable. He goes in to pay for the petrol because he's not using pay at pump. He's a man who doesn't hide in fridges and doesn't plant.
No, that's Indiana Jones
in the audience. He goes in to pay for the petrol, and the woman's like, that'll be 50 quid there, sir. And he presents her a can of Coke.
What?
Genuinely,
really,
this happened.
I didn't know that.
And then he holds his card and he's like, all right, so this is what the plebs use to pay for stuff, is it? And he's like, he's so confused. He's like, but I normally have someone do this for me.
Do you want to know what this reminds me of? The night, do you remember the night Raoul Moat shot himself and Gaza turned up?
Oh, Christ.
Oh, yeah, Gaza turns up and he says, oh, I'm the only guy that can help, and he had a bag of goodies with him. I'm the only one that can help. Let me go up there and speak to him, as there's this giant man with a shotgun to his own head at the side of the river. And the police says, right, let's have a look, what's he got? And he had a 4-pack of beer, which is fair enough. You go and talk to your mate, you're going to bring some beer, fine.
That's probably the most sensible thing Gaz
It
has
is.
done in a long while.
But what else did he have? He had a fishing rod with him and a roast chicken.
Now, I've heard this story several times. I always just assumed it was urban myth.
No, it was actually true.
Genuinely.
Yeah, it was live on TV at one point, and there's
Gaza with his fishing rod.
Gaza with a fishing rod and a chicken, and he was completely out his face. The news reporter was there, live at the scene, interviewing him, and he's on about, I just wanted to go fishing with my mate, and I thought I'd get chicken because he'd be hungry.
Right, I think that's where we leave that comparison. Let's just park it right there.
So, do you want me to just shout, it's the Erection Night Special?
Oh, wait, hang on, I was meant to do a thing. Do it
Yeah,
again?
come on.
Do it again.
It's the Erection Night Special!
Sorry, my finger slipped.
You pressed the wrong button, didn't you?
Maybe, maybe not. That's for you to wonder. Right. Would you give up speaking for a week and communicate solely by writing messages on your skin for £250? Oh, he's doing it. No, on your skin. That's paper, not on the paper. On your skin. I don't have a pen, and I also don't have £250. Well, that's one way of communicating, but there's only two of them. Right, I think we know the answer to this one then. Would you give up speaking for a week and communicate solely by writing messages on your skin for £250? You could do like that tattoo thing. You know, where people get like love and hate written on their knuckles. You could have hello and sod off. Come on, you need to talk or this is going to be really
I can't talk, I'm doing it! Show me the money, I would do it! Show me the money!
Would you?
You know that thing that everyone says about Facebook listening? In Facebook, if you talk about gardening equipment, Facebook will show you a picture of
A rake.
A rake, yeah.
Yeah.
You would not believe the telly behind you just played an advert for Always. Anyway, let's get out of the awkwardness. I don't like it, you know, when you wander in on something awkward.
Oh, do you want to know? I think, what's the most awkward thing you think you could ever walk in on?
Oh, apart from you making jokes that are going to land you in hell.
Look, you've been doing that for the past 15, 20 years anyway, mate, so
Yeah.
we're going to hell anyway.
I've definitely walked in on friends arguing. You know that thing when you walk into someone's house, and I've had people walk into my house when I've been arguing with my ex, and that's pretty bloody awkward.
Well, no, I mean, if you're talking like fundamentally, like, what do you think the most awkward thing you could possibly walk in on? Not what's the most awkward thing you've walked in on. What do you think would be the most awkward thing? I mean, for me personally, if you walk in and your mate's fucking, that's pretty awkward.
I was thinking about, you know, walking into the house back when Mum and Dad were at home.
Okay.
And, you know, not realising maybe they'd thought we were all out for the night.
Oh, aye, one of those.
You know, bit of Barry White playing.
I just had a bit of a thought. How awkward would it be, right, if you had Gollum as your flatmate from Lord of the Rings?
I mean, I've lived with some Gollum-like characters.
Yeah, I know, but you just think to yourself, oh, you know what, I've been in this night out, I'm going home, and Gollum's at home, there he is, and the lights are out, you think, good, he's in his bed, but no, Gollum's getting a blowjob on your sofa.
My precious! Stick a finger in my ring! Stick a finger in my ring! Stick a finger in my ring! Ah! I'll show my precious all over your face!
Yeah, that would be pretty awkward now that you mention it.
Stick a finger in my ring!
You've practiced that far too much.
And then he turns around, he sees you, and he just goes,
Leave us and never come back!
That really sounds like something that Peter Jackson missed out from a film somewhere down the line.
I say Andy Serkis is a legend. I don't think he'd sign up for this, to be honest with you.
I don't think he would. I don't think he would.
Well, maybe he would if he wore that suit that he wears with the little ping pong balls and all that. Do you reckon it could be like Gollum gets a blowjob or King Kong does doggy style?
Maybe.
Planet of the Apes, just monkey fucking.
Do you think we should move on and do one more widget tonight?
I think so, yeah.
I think we should.
Tell you what,
Take one out. By the way, remember, if you fancy giving us random Gollum or otherwise related stuff to Widgie, chuck it down in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on Spotify or Apple, I think you can
Amazon.
just leave, or Amazon.
Yep.
I think you can leave comments in pretty much all the podcasting
But
platforms.
YouTube, you can definitely leave a comment.
And you can maybe, I don't know.
Give us a would you?
You give us a would you?
Give us a would you? But here's your would you?
Christ.
Would you take a selfie every time you took a shit, then stick it up on Instagram with the hashtag #PooSelfie for a year?
Well, what's the monetary value to this?
£100.
I'm going to say yes. You know why?
You're going to take a photo of yourself taking a shit every day, and it's £100. It's not £100 a photo, it's £100 at the end of completion. So
I'm going to say yes.
You're going to say yes?
You know why?
Go on.
I follow your poo account on Instagram.
Do you? It's not done very well.
I am your follower.
My one follower. Ah! Would you like an autograph?
No thanks.
Can I get your autograph?
For £100, yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Would you do us a favour and check back again next week?
And don't forget to find and like us on the socials.
Would you?